I walk in and Jennifer Leheska has got a set of gloves and an apron for me. We're about to get to this. Jennifer, welcome into the show today. What are we making?
Today we are making some classic beef kebabs. And so what better way to get started on our grilling season this summer than with this from Beef Loving Texans. And what I love about kebabs is not only are they fun when you have them skewered on a stick, but it's a real crowd pleaser because you can add all different kinds of veggies and color and suit your taste, and it can be good for kids to adults alike. So
what ingredients are we getting ready to put on this thing? We are starting
with, we already have these cut up because that just, for time
takes
consumption,
a lot of time.
But we are starting with a top sirloin steak cut to about 1 inch, and that's about 1 pound. And then we have some red bell peppers, some red onions, and some mushrooms. And then we're going to mix up this little marinade here.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay, I got the gloves on and
You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Yes, so I already had some oil there in the dish, and we've added some dry oregano, some minced garlic, some salt, and some pepper. And now we'll give this a good little stir.
So salt and pepper is here.
It is. Need some good flavors on all of these. So get those, oops, sorry. And I'm gonna put the beef in first because I like it to get the most.
Now, do you cut the beef up yourself or do you ask the...
Well, you could have them cut it. If you knew you were gonna do this, and especially if you're gonna do for a large crowd, heck yeah, do
let the experts do it. I always get a little bit nervous, so you can just tell them what to do there.
You know, and don't get too, when you're doing it yourself, don't get awful particular because a steak is not perfectly shaped. You just try to get them as close to the same size as possible. And when I'm skewering them, I like to try to get the same size on a particular skewer so they get done.
One of the things that is always hard for me when I do this, and I love doing it, but it's making sure that the meat is all kind of the same. Like I like mine a medium rare.
Right.
And I don't want to overcook it, so you got to be careful of that, right?
That is right. And so, go ahead and start alternating those on there, beef and then the veggies. I've got it so about 1 mushroom each, and then you can put some color in there. Love the red peppers for the color and the flavor, but you can switch that. And maybe just leave a little bit of space between this. Yep, so that way they get cooked nicely all the way around. So I already have some here ready to be able to put on the grill.
Okay.
Now,
you get to work on doing that, and I'll try not to stab myself here.
Yeah, be careful. Now you're using bamboo skewers, and when we use the bamboo skewers, we have to make sure that they're soaked prior to using them in some water. So those have already been pre-soaked, and they're 12 inches long, and the recipe calls for 8 skewers. So, you know, depending on how you're serving your people, if it's a full meal, maybe it's for 4 people, if it's just for added food on the table, then it might be for 8. So when we do this, medium temperature on any kind of grill, either gas or coal grill, and you're gonna do that covered, and for about 8 to 11 minutes, depending on that particular grill. So we cover those, and then halfway through, we're going to give them a turn. And then we have them all finished up, and we can put them together with your favorite sides.
Wonderful. This is just one of many recipes that we'll be talking about every time we have you on. But there's a place where you can go to get all of them at once. We'll talk about that after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. One place, and you can head over right now at beeflovingtexans.com, right?
Beeflovingtexans.com for this recipe and lots of others like it. You know, such an easy recipe, only a few ingredients, maybe 9 total. Doesn't take long to put together, and you can really, especially if you're going to do this for a crowd, get it put together, have those all ready to go in the refrigerator till you're ready to grill them, and then you can just enjoy your gathering or your meal. But here they are finished. You know, you can pair them with just a simple salad, or maybe even some nice risotto or potatoes, whatever your flavors may be.
You're adding risotto into the mix. I see where we're going here.
Well, you know, you don't. There's ways around that, but.
Okay, so your website is great. Like if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know, we keep making the same thing over and over again. What can we do? You guys have a great resource.
Beeflovingtexans.com. And, you know, so you might have, maybe you have some old steaks or something in the freezer, or maybe like you said, you did a skirt steak the other night. You can go there and you can put in the cut of meat that you have,
Really?
and it will bring up different recipes that you can use that in, and it will tell you how the best way to cook it is and things like that. So it's a great resource to do that, and lots of inspiration there. So always keep that in your back pocket.
Well, I cannot wait to dive in. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for an all-new Studio 4.